Hey guys, so I wanted to just hop on quick. I'm waiting to pick my kids up for school, so I'm going to utilize my time the best that I can. But this week, I'm really focusing on the DNA inheritance, the centimorgans that we would share with our matches, and how you basically go about making sense of it and the types of relationships that you may share. So something that can be really confusing when you get your match lists from Ancestry or 23andMe or any of those databases is you're going to be given a number, which is the centimorgans that you share with someone, and it's going to suggest relationships that you may have with one another. I really wish that some of these testing sites would not do this, because the more distantly you're related to someone, there are way more relationships that you could possibly connect to them than if you share a lot of DNA with them. It's pretty cut and dry how you're related. So for example, if you're a parent-child, or in some cases an identical twin, but we're not even going to go there today, parent-child, they're going to share on average 3,500 centimorgans. There is no other possible relationship besides parent-child. Same with a full biological sibling. So that means you share both of your parents. You're going to share on average 2,600 centimorgans. There is no other possibility. They are your full biological sibling if you share that much DNA. So those relationships are pretty easy to identify on those testing sites. But when you get out a little further, so like 1,500 centimorgans, that could be your grandparent or a half sibling. You share the same amount of DNA with those different relationships. It's just Ancestry cannot tell how old the tester is, when they died, things like that. It can just tell how much DNA you share with them. So this can get really confusing and kind of scary for people, because let's say you DNA test and you share 1,500 centimorgans with someone, and maybe you don't realize that your grandparent tested, and now this pops up and it suggests that you're a half sibling. You all of a sudden might freak out and think that your mom or dad had a child outside of the marriage. All my grandparents that have tested, Ancestry suggests that I'm their niece just because of the amount of DNA we share, when I know in fact that I'm their granddaughter. So there is this really great tool that you can use. If you look at the top, you can go to DNApainter.com. It's the Shared CM project tool. So what this is a kind of a basic family tree if you were in the middle. And what this tool allows you to do is you can plug in the amount of centimorgans you share with someone. So let's say you share 3,000, or you share 200, or you share 7 centimorgans. You can plug that in and it will highlight out of this chart all of the possible relationships, and it will also give you a probability of that relationship occurring. Now, you should kind of take this into consideration, that this is based on other testers and what relationships they have with their DNA matches. So there are times when it'll tell you, oh, this is a 70% chance that it's your first cousin, but then there's maybe that 10% chance that it's something else. I've seen that happen. So it doesn't always mean that the highest probability is the relationship, but it's just a good guideline to go by. So go ahead and screenshot this so you can look at it later, but this is an example of the types of relationships you might have with an average shared centimorgan. So if you look right above me, 3,500 centimorgans, 100% it's a parent-child relationship. 2,600, 100% it's your full biological sibling. Notice as the centimorgans get lower, so 1,750, there is a 100% chance that it's either grandparent, grandchild, aunt, uncle, niece, nephew, or your half sibling. 1,200, you see there's a lot more options. 850, 550, those options for relationships get much broader. And if you look at this chart, which goes all the way down to 100, look how many different possible relationships there are. And when you get down below 100, so let's say you get from 20 to 50 centimorgans, it can go all the way out to a 6th cousin. So sometimes those DNA matches, you may have no idea who they are, and that's normal because they could be your 6th cousin. So the reason I'm bringing this up is because when you get these, your match list, you need to go in and determine what the possibilities are. And then you have to use traditional genealogy to figure out exactly where these people fit. So for example, let's say I share 1,700 centimorgans with someone and I don't know who they are. Ancestry will say that they're either a grandparent, a grandchild, or a half sibling, or an aunt and uncle. Well, I'm 38 years old, so I don't have a grandchild yet. And let's say the tester is 45. They're probably not my grandparent either. So then what that leaves is aunt, uncle, or half sibling. Well, if they're my full aunt and uncle, that means they're going to share, their parents are my grandparents. If you have all your aunt and uncles accounted for, then we can discount that. And what's left is a half sibling. So that traditional genealogy research into your matches, figuring out their age, where they live, who they are, and building back their family trees will help you to determine which possible relationship they are. As always, feel free to reach out if you have any questions.